Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
We warmly welcome you to our webinar. Before we get started, there's a quick reminder. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them on the Slido link that we provided. We will bring them up at the end of the presentation, and we will have time for questions at the end. Let's start the session. So first question is, today in this current world, there are different job opportunities available. Now there are so many sophisticated careers being emerged. As a student, after government advanced level examination, how can he or she select the most suitable path for higher education, considering their passion, abilities, and importance of the career for the competitive future job market? And what are the other higher education opportunities for those who didn't get the chance to enter the state university for the course they like?
Right, Sasiru. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me for this information session, the webinar thing organized by Ethugalpura Pioneers Rover Club. Before moving to the question, I must thank for you all for inviting me. I think there's a little problem with the image because of this the image I have used as a background. Okay, anyway, a good question you have chosen to start the webinar. And Sasiru, for the sake of understanding everyone, I think I better speak in both languages, both Sinhala and English. Is it okay, or else do I need to deliver the entire session in English?
It's okay, sir.
Right.
You can use both.
Right. Thank you very much. So let me share the presentation. I have prepared the presentation to give you an idea before moving to the session. Can you all see the presentation? All under presentation.
Yes, so we can see. Yeah,
right.
We can see.
Now, Sasiru, first question how to select the most suitable path for education according to one's possession and availability, as well as equally important to competitive future job market. Yes. Now, future job market කෙනෙක් ගත්තාම සසිරු ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක ගොඩක් කරලා දැන් competitive. ඒක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් job market එක කියන එක change වෙනවා rapidly. දැන් example එකක් විදිහට ගත්තොත් දැන් මම study කරපු කාලේ මම යුනිවර්සිටි හිටියේ අතනම අවුරුදු 15කට විතර කලින්. අපි study කරපු කාලේදී තිබ්බ job market එක trend එක නෙවෙයි වර්තමානයේ තියෙන්නේ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අවුරුදු ඉස්සර නම් අතරම අපි ගොඩක් කල් ගත්තොත් it took a decade දශකයක් විතර අවුරුදු 10ක් විතර ගියා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් change වෙන්න. අවුරුදු 10කට වැඩි කාලයක් ගියා අතරම change වෙනවා. නමුත් වර්තමානයේ වෙන විට මේක අවුරුදු 5 ඊට පස්සේ අවුරුදු 2 දැන් වර්තමානයේ වෙද්දී අතරම ගණන් අවුරුදු 7 මේක මාකට් එක change වෙනවා. I think එතකොට අපි මේ higher education කියන එක select කරගද්දී අපි හැමතිස්සෙම හිතන්න ඕනි මේ present තියෙන job market එක නෙවෙයි. Always you have to think about the future trends. and what analyze කරන්න වෙනවා වර්තමානයේ තියෙන trend එක මොකක්ද ඊට පස්සේ අවුරුදු example එකක් now for a bachelor degree basic degree you have to spend at least 3 to 4 years in a university. ඔයාලට අවුරුදු 3ක් 4ක් කාලයක් university එකක spend කරන්න වෙනවා. So then ඔයා හිතන්න ඕනේ අවුරුදු 3කින් අවුරුදු 4කින් යන job market එක මොකක්ද කියලා. කියන්නේ present job market එකට ඔයා prepare වුණොත් ඔයා industry එකට එද්දී job market එක වෙනස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ගොඩක් අය අපි ඒක ගැන කල්පනා කරන්න ඕනේ විශේෂයෙන්ම මම මෙතනදී මේ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම දැනට ලෝකේ තියෙන trend එක දැනට තියෙන trend එක ගත්තාම තියෙන job opportunities නැත්නම් මේ තියෙන highly demandable areas අපි කියනවා ගොඩක්ම demand එක තියෙන job fields feedback මම 10ක් කරලා අතරම එතනින් මේ තියෙන්නේ informations from my presentation add කරලා තියෙන sustainability කියන section එක. So මේක ගත්තාම our environment faces significant changes. I'm not going to read these stuff as you can see the presentation. මම explain කරනවා නම් sustainability කියලා කියන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දැන් අතන වර්තමානයේ අපි ගොඩක් කතා කරන දෙයක් තමයි මේ climate change එක නේද environmental මේ climate changes environment pollution එකත් එක්ක එන changes මේ ලෝකේ වෙනස් වෙනවා. එතකොට ඒකත් එක්ක කොහොමද අපි අපේ ජීවන රටාව තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද මේ දින මේ environment එකත් එක්කනේ. එතකොට ඒකත් එක්ක කොහොමද අපි ඔය ජීවන රටාව හදා ගන්න ඕනේ, අනාගතේ කොහොමද අපි plan කරන්න ඕනේ, global warming එකට කොහොමද අපි මේ policies හදන්න ඕනේ. මේක administrative පැත්තෙන් යන දෙයක්. ඉතින් ඒක පැත්තක් ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙන. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා දැන්ට ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකක් නෑ. අපි දැන්ට ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකක් තිබ්බට අපිට මේක කියන්න බෑ අවුරුදු 3කින් 4කින් මොකද වෙන්නේ කියන එක. ඊළඟ robotics කියන එක ගත්තාම ඉස්සර කියන්නේ දැන්ට අවුරුදු කීපයකට කලින් සහ වර්තමානයේත් ඇත්තටම ගත්තොත් ගොඩක් වෙලා robotics තියෙන ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ يعني ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ඔටෝමේෂන් පැත්තේ. දැන් මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ඔටෝමේෂන් කියන වචනේ අහලා ඇති ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ඔටෝමේෂන් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක අතරම highly demanding job role එකක්. ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ඔටෝමේටඩ් ඉන්ජිනියර් කියලා ගන්නවා. ඔටෝමේෂන් ඉන්ජිනියර්ස්ලා කියලා jobs තියෙනවා. අතරම යාගේ job role එක ඇවිල්ලා මේ robo arms තියෙන ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ තියෙන්නේ manufacturing firms වල තියෙන්නේ robo arms. මෙන්න මේ robo arms program කරනවා. අතරම මේකෙන් replace වෙනවා අපි කියන්නේ laborsලා විදිහට අපි එතකොට කම්කරුවෝ කියලා කියන්නේ කම්කරුවෝ හරි නැත්නම් machine operatorsලා කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. අනේ ඒ වගේ කට්ටිය ආයතනයට ගන්නේ නැතුව robo arms වලින් මේ production එක කරන්න. මොකද අපි human force එක ඇතුළට ගත්තාම human force එකට අපි ඒකට ගොඩක් කන්සර්න් කරනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ට වැඩ කරන්න තියෙන වෙලාව පැය 8යි නම් පැය 8යි 24 hours වැඩ කරන්න බෑ. ඒ robo arm එකට එහෙම නැති. ඒක තමයි ඉස්සර තිබ්බ ට්‍රෙන්ඩ් එක. නමුත් දැන් වර්තමානයේ විදිහට තියෙනවා දෙයක්. මොකද්ද මේ කියන්නේ? According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 74,800 new jobs are expected to be added in the architect and engineering space between 2019 and 2029, which includes careers in robotics. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා Elon Musk මේදී project එකක් කරනවා නේද SpaceX කියලා. අපි අපේ ලංකාවේ තාම මේ වගේ trends නැහැ. හැබැයි ලෝකේ ගොඩක් වෙනස්. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ තරුණ ළමයි ගත්තාම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ achievements දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ education පැත්ත හොයනවා. ඒ වගේ එක තියෙනවා requirements. දැන් සමහර වෙලාවට අපි යුරෝප් පැත්තේ ගත්තොත් ඒගොල්ලන්ට එක achievements ඕනේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ life එක ඉස්සරහට ගන්න. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ Rovers club එක නේද? ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙනවා නේ. ඔයගොල්ලන් hiking තියෙනවා. ඒක achievement එකක් නේ. hiking කියලා කියන්නේ achievement එකක් නේ. ඒ වගේ දැන් වර්තමානයේදී මේ ලෝකේ තියෙන trend එක තමයි මේ උඩු ගුවනට යන එක. එතන ඒගොල්ලෝ එතන නිවාස ආදන එක, ඒ වගේ පදිංචි වෙන එක අනේක. ඒකට ඒක ඇත්තටම ලොකු ඒරියා එකක්. දැන් මේ වර්තමානයේදී ඒක සැබෑවක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට ඒකේ තියෙන එක පැත්තක් තමයි මේ robotics කියලා කතා කරන්නේ. මොකද ගිහිල්ලා ඒ space engineering ඒතකොට ඒ පැත්තේ කියන්නේ ඒ හදන buildings වගේ දේවල් වලට පාවිච්චි කරන මිනිස්සුන්ට ගිහිල්ලා කරන්න බෑ. ඒක space එකේ දෙයක් කරන්න බෑනේ මිනිස්සුන් එළියනේ. ඒ වගේ දේවල්.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain those in English because there are some Tamil participants.
Right.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do it in English then. No worries. Healthcare is also another demanding field. Now, when we think about the developed countries, they're also looking for health workers to recruit for their countries, especially now with this COVID pandemic thing. The demand for nurses and doctors and healthcare workers has been increased. Now you all know, if you are a nursing practitioner or as a doctor or as a healthcare worker, you can directly apply for PR options in developed countries like UK, USA, Canada, New Zealand, because there's a high demand nowadays for healthcare, especially with this COVID thing. Though healthcare is having a highly demand, especially when it comes to this skill shortage list, which are listed by the these developed countries. Especially they are listing healthcare workers as one of their important jobs. And business analytics. Business analytics is another field. Business analytics. As long as there are businesses, business analytics will be an important job. And as social media, e-commerce, and new technologies in software continue to rise, job growth in business analytics will remain high because, anyway, businesses are growing, the demand is increasing. Then we need to analyze the trends. We need to analyze now with this COVID thing, all the 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 uh, the formal marketing, the medias were not affected, effectively supported. Basically, this TV commercials, TV commercial thing, newspapers, and billboards, and these posters, banners. Those are not effectively reached to the customers, to the public during this pandemic thing. Then this e-commerce thing emerged. E-commerce were there, social media were there, already were there, but I'm talking about the Sri Lankan context basically. Now with this COVID thing, when we consider about the last 1.5 years, the number of users for the Facebook and the other social media has been rapidly increased. So basically, the entire corporate sector decided to focus to the social media thing, and they have allocated a lot of budgets to social media. Now we're also doing a webinar thing, rather organizing a physical seminar. So this kind of stuff has been increased, emerged, and companies has to focus to these kind of stuff. And if you are focusing, or else if you can learn these skills, you'll be
We are sorry for the technical issue that we are having. We will start the session very soon. Sir, are there?
Yes, I'm really sorry for the
Okay.
thing on my side because I got a sudden power cut. Now back to normal. Uh, now can you see the presentation?
Not yet, sir.
What about now?
Yeah, we can see.
All right. Now, forensic science is another field, demanding field, which is talking about the crimes and investigation. Especially nowadays, using computer science, IT technology to investigate crimes. Basically, these new algorithms, what we call these, the image processing, those stuff has been nowadays are using. And computer game design is another emerging field because computer games are popularizing day by day every year. Another field, petroleum engineering and cybersecurity is the other two sections. Petroleum engineering, because basically most of the time petroleum engineers are planned to retire within 10 years of the working period. Because of that reason, that is also emerging. But petroleum field will not be last for next decade. Probably the demand for the energy will be transferred to something else, probably the solar power thing and nuclear power based electricity, or this will be emerging. And the cyber security is also demanding nowadays. Actually, as I told you earlier, that these fields are it's like a wave coming and going. The cyber security was there a few years ago as well, and nowadays also the cybersecurity field is having a huge demand because of the basically the major attacks we had for these the the websites which are well known, as you all know, and cybersecurity is also another field which you can look into. Which you can look into start your higher studies. And though I have shown you these main areas, top 10 areas, basically when we look into the local education system, basically the government sector, the state universities, there are a lot of opportunities. Actually, those who are applying after A levels, basically for undergraduate programs, there are plenty of opportunities other than these mainstreams. Probably majority of you are looking for apply for basically those who are doing biological science used to apply for medicine, engineering field, those who are doing maths, and this commerce stream are trying to apply for basically accounting, and arts are basically low. Actually, those four main streams are basically focused 450,000 A-level students per year. Though very limited opportunities are having when we talk about the university system. Other than that, there are a lot of programs offered by state universities. Actually, when you look at these prospectus which are published by these UGC University Grant Commission, you will be able to find a lot of opportunities. Basically, when we talk about the maths stream, physical science stream, there are a lot of programs coming under physical science. Other than this engineering, basically there are programs like electronics. Now, actually, I'm also graduate from Bayam University, which is a government university, and I was entered under physical science stream, and I studied computer science and electronics as my majors, basically. Now, electronics was focused to talk about the microprocessor architectures, basically the the computer motherboard stuff. Basically, you will be able to understand if I am telling like that other than electronics, because electronics is a broader area. Now, actually, I was able to learn about this microprocessor architecture and signal processing stuff, basically those stuff. And under computer science, computer science is basically programming, software engineering, database stuff, and architectural stuff, those stuff. And when we think about this combination of these two streams together, the main stream is telecommunication. So that is an emerging field even in Sri Lanka, not only in Sri Lanka, even overseas. Telecommunication is there are plenty of job opportunities on the telecommunication field. So like that, there are opportunities other than the engineering. Though you have studied this software or else electronic stuff under your physical science stream, you will be able to enter the industry as an engineer. So there are opportunities. So other than that, for those who are doing these commerce stream, there are degree programs like insurance and valuation, and statistics is available for both physical science, basically commerce, basically maths, science, and art stream students. So statistics is a high demanding area. As I mentioned you earlier, the business analytics is one of the main demanding job field. No, so in that case, you should have to have that knowledge, statistical knowledge, analysis. There are computer-based software tools which you can use, though you should have to have those statistical knowledge. So statistics is a very demanding field. If you can study further in statistics, you can study a master, even PhD. You'll be able to find a very highly paid job opportunities, even not in Sri Lanka, even overseas. Basically, like academia, basically universities are looking for statistical graduates, because most of the time when it comes this research and research, basically they need to have statistics in order to analyze their data and the predictions and all. If you have any knowledge regarding research, you will be able to understand, or else just forget about that. But keep in mind, statistics is one of the main areas you should focus. You can focus, basically, other than focusing on the main streams. And if I can go through this prospectus, even you can go through this prospectus, you can find a lot of programs. Just go through this. Don't my message is don't what I want to tell you is, don't just focus on mainstreams. They are really good. I'm not telling not to focus to medicine, not to focus to engineering, not to focus to accounting. That is really good, but keep in mind, we need doctors as well as patients, right? We can be patients. And we can focus something else, like engineer, rather focusing on engineering. There are other options, especially IT field is emerging. You should learn a subject which is developing, which is never going to stop. Now, if you think about history, let's say you're going to learn about history, you're going to learn about political science. Yes, political science, history is also having a demand. That is true, but in Sri Lankan context, most of the time these kind of subjects are not growing. The syllabuses are not developing, not growing. Actually, they are not mapping to the industry, the global requirements. But other than that, when we think about the other programs, yes, especially not only the government sector, when we think about the private sector, there are private universities, even ESOFT is one of private universities coming under UGC, which we call the non-state awarding bodies. That is the correct term. State awarding bodies are the state universities, which are coming under government university category, and the private sector is known as the non-state awarding bodies. Uh, if you want to be a non-state awarding body, you should be gazetted, from the Ministry of Higher Education and listed under the UGC. Now, if you want to find out the non-state awarding bodies, you can go to the UGC website and you just type it and search it, and you will be able to find the list. There are universities. So those universities are also offering, mainly many programs, many demanding programs. So you can find out those information as well. And I guess I have given you the answer, Sasiru. So
Yeah.
let's move to the other parts, then we can discuss some information further. Thank you.
Well, okay. We have heard qualification levels like NVQ levels, LMQ levels, and SLQF. So, what is the qualification framework, and how important those to the youth?
Yes, actually, another very good question you have chosen. I'm really happy to have this question because actually, when I learn frameworks, I was even out of the university. Actually, you should know about these frameworks even in the school time, and then you should plan your higher education according to this. It should be taught in the school curriculum, I guess. So I will share you an image which you will be able to basically understand about the different frameworks, right? Can you see?
No, we can't see it.
Now,
yeah, we can see.
Actually, I have taken the British qualification frameworks and the Sri Lankan frameworks because most of the time, entire world is depending on British qualifications, British frameworks, British standards. British standards are worldwide accepted. Basically, only the America is having a separate framework, and other than the United States, all other countries, even Canada is falling into both America and UK qualification framework. They are accepting both actually. Other than those two countries, entire world is following British qualifications, British standards. Now, FHEQ is a framework for higher education qualification, that is stands for Framework for Higher Education Qualification. QCF is a quality certified framework. Now it has been changed to regulated RQF, regulated qualification framework. And based on that, we have developed SLQF, which is a Sri Lanka qualification framework, which is basically the UGC. That is what UGC is doing. They are regulating the qualifications under this framework. I will let you know. And the other one, the next one is NVQ. Sorry, the NVQ, National Vocational Qualification Framework. Now, qualification framework is what basically regulating the qualifications offered by different institutions, right? Now there are two types of qualifications: academic qualifications and professional qualifications, or the vocational qualifications. Vocational කියලා කියන්නේ වෘත්තීයම පුහුණු, වෘත්තීයම පුහුණු කියලා අපි කියන්නේ වෘත්තීයම පුහුණු, professional qualifications, and academic qualifications fall under SLQF, Sri Lanka Qualification Framework, which is regulated by University Grant Commission. Simply you can Google these stuff. If you type Sri Lanka Qualification Framework, you'll be able to find out plenty of information. Even the framework itself published by the UGC, a PDF document, you can find out and read it out and get you updated. Basically, these levels, this is how you are. Can you see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is how you are, progressing throughout your qualifications. I'll start from level 3. Level 2 is O level. Level 3 is A levels. Now, if you are facing A levels this year, that means you are acquiring a level 3 qualification, right? Which is diploma or else London A levels. It is equivalent to Sri Lankan local A level. Level 2 is O level. And level 4, 5 is basically can be identified as a general degree. In Sri Lankan university system, there are two types of degrees. One is general degree. The other one is special or else honors degrees. Basically, if you are completed 3 years in a university, state university, general degree will be awarded. If you have followed 4-year degree, a specialized or else honors degree will be awarded, which is honor degree will be fallen into level 6, and a general degree will be fall into level 5, which is equivalent to higher national diploma in UK. UK is also offering degree programs. Most of their degree programs are 3 years, but the level is higher because they are covering credits which is relevant to 4-year degree in Sri Lanka. So level 6 is a 4-year degree. Level 7 is a postgraduate diploma, which is the first year of a master degree. Once you completed your bachelor's, which is the level 6, you can climb or you can start masters. Master of business administration, master of science, master of economics, master of accounting, master's degree. So master degree, basically the duration is 2 years. In that case, the first year is considered as the postgraduate diploma. So you can complete first year and obtain a postgraduate diploma and leave, or else you can complete 2 years of the masters, including a research. That is important. You should complete a research. Once you complete a research, your degree will be equivalent to level 8 masters. Now you should be you should know these stuff, because trickily there are institutions offering different programs, right? Sometimes there are programs called masters, let's say MBA in academics, master of business administration in academics. It's like you feel like a master, but it's a level 7 diploma, postgraduate diploma. The title will be given master of business administration in academics, but the level is level 6, which is not level 8, because the research component is not there. The duration is not enough to cover the level 8 qualification. Basically, credits, we call credits. Equivalent credits will not be covered. And level 9, you can see now QCF, the British framework doesn't have this stuff. After level 7, they are having level 8 actually. Level 8 is the PhD level, the doctoral level. In Sri Lanka, it is level 10. Now, in between level 8 and level 10, there is another level, level 9, which is it's also a master. But have you ever heard this term, MPhil, Master of Philosophy, MPhil degrees? Now, those who are excellent in academics basically can start MPhils, which is more into research area, and directly continue this MPhil to a PhD. Basically, those who want to become a university lecturer, right? So the path is, first you should complete your bachelor's in a relevant field with class, probably a first class or a second upper, maybe a second lower will be accepted, and then with that, you can apply for a MPhil program, which can be converted to a PhD after a few years, probably after maybe 2 to 3 years. You can convert it into a PhD and complete a PhD. Then you can come back and start your career as an academia. So this is what I want to share. And the NVQ is National Vocational Qualification, which is Sri Lankan another governing body. Basically, NVQ was established to regulate technical qualifications. Technical colleges are also offering technical qualifications. Basically, NVQ was established to give certificates for the technical technicians, those who are going abroad from Sri Lanka for for jobs, basically, like the carpenters, electricians, AC mechanics, mechanicians. Those people are also looking for jobs. Now in Sri Lankan context, there are highly skilled employees, but they don't have qualifications. They are just they know how to when we think about a mason, he knows how to build a house than a civil engineer, even in Sri Lankan context, but they don't have qualifications. In that case, the government established this NVQ thing to give them qualifications, because then their skill can be identified, evaluated, and then they can apply for foreign jobs. So nowadays, actually, IT diplomas are also coming under NVQ, because that is also considered as diploma programs are considered as technical level qualification, and diplomas are also coming under NVQ. As you can see from NVQ path, you can go from level 3 to level 7, which is equivalent to a general degree in Sri Lanka, right? If you can complete level 7 NVQ qualification, that qualification will be identified, or else which is equivalent to a general degree in Sri Lanka. Can be identified as can be considered as a degree level qualification. So it is valid. It is another option, actually. Those you can try out other than these academic qualifications, because in industry, NVQ qualified people are having a demand, actually, a huge demand. But you should know, when if you want to climb up the hierarchy, whatever the industry, whatever the job, the field you are working, you are dreaming, if you want to climb up the hierarchy, you should have to have a degree, because even an engineer is joining as an engineer, but engineer is also technical level job, right? It's not a managerial level job. If you want to climb up the managerial hierarchy, then there are other qualifications you should acquire. So now, a person who is having an engineering degree, or else a bachelor's degree, and joining as an engineer, or whatever job, can climb up the hierarchy, because he or she is having the basic bachelor's qualification, and probably he or she should be able to acquire some managerial qualifications, management related qualifications, like postgraduate diplomas or else masters. But if you are coming through this NVQ thing, so keep one thing in mind, you probably will be ended up with somewhere, you will be stagnated in somewhere, because if you are not, since you don't have a degree. So though you are coming under this NVQ path, there are options. If you are completed level 6, yes, you can apply for British level 6 qualification. If you have applied level 5 qualification, level 6, you can apply for a British level 5 qualification, right? Then from that you can complete a British degree. So that will be given international recognition, and you will be able to climb up the ladder like the person who is completed a SLQF qualification. So keep one thing in your mind, wherever you go. Now I'm representing ESOFT, and I'm explaining this stuff because ESOFT is following the path. wherever you go, whatever the institution you are choosing, sometimes you people are looking for foreign options, probably overseas universities. You may be having ideas to go abroad and sometimes go UK, Australia, New Zealand and do your higher studies. Wherever you go, make sure to ask, find out the qualification level and the qualification framework and the level and the number of credits of the program you are completing. Otherwise, you will be having problems when you are showing your qualification to the employer. When you are facing interviews, they will be listed your qualification and they will be giving marks to your qualification according to the SLP web or else the qualification framework, according to the qualification framework especially. And if you are planning to go abroad, if you are planning to apply for visas, again this problem comes. You will be given marks according to the qualification framework. So this is really important for you all. If you are looking for higher education opportunities, so please look into this, get some knowledge about this qualification framework. There are some other frameworks. Scottish frameworks are there. Basically based on the UK model, every country has been developed their own qualification framework. So what we are doing is mapping them. We are mapping our one with theirs and find out where our qualifications stand with their qualifications. That is what we do basically. But just get a basic idea. I think Sasiru, I have answered. If you have questions, you may ask in the question and answer session, please.
Yeah. Very interesting. And the next question is, after entering a higher educational program, what is the next step of the student?
Actually, now let's assume you have entered or else you have selected a pathway. And you have chosen, and now you are in this qualification, in following qualification. Now you are following the qualification. So in that case, actually, employers are expecting different, skills and attitudes, skills from a qualified, let's say a graduate, a qualified person. Basically, you should focus on those stuff rather just focusing the academics. You should focus academics. You should have good results for academics, but make sure to develop your skills as well. So I will share my presentation again. Now these skills are being looked when you are recruiting. Right now, as you can see, commercial awareness or business acumen. This is about knowing how a business or industry works and what makes a company tick. Now, basically, those who are learning management knows there is a subject called organizational behavior. Actually, you may be learning academic or the technical knowledge from the university, but once you are going to apply your knowledge into the industry, you have to work with people, different people, different organization. Basically now, even Sri Lankan context, when we talk about the I'm from IT field, I'm from IT field. Now when we talk about the IT field is now consists of different ethnic groups. Now it's multicultural. Basically, if you are a person who is in on Sinhala, then you will be having problems. You can't be like that, basically, right? You need to deal with Tamils in Sri Lankan context, Tamils, Muslims, Burghers. Even now, Indian people came and invested in Sri Lanka, and now they are doing operations. Bangladeshi people are there, and especially UK, American, and Australia, New Zealand. Those countries have been invested in Sri Lanka and started new business ventures. Now we have to deal with these people. It's multicultural. When you talk about Australia is multicultural. Different countries, different people from different countries are working in Australia. If you are working for an Australian company, so you have to deal with entire world basically. So in that case, organizational behavior, this awareness is really important. You should be able to tolerate uh, their thoughts, their cultures. You have to accept their cultures. In that way, you have to develop your attitudes basically. And the communication, basically the global communication language is English. uh, Hello, Sasiru, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. The global communication language is English basically. I don't know with this this Chinese involvement. Sometimes this will be changed, because now these Chinese people are acquiring a huge part of the world economy. I'm not going to, I'm talking about politics, right? But Chinese are doing or else acquiring a huge part of the economy. Sometimes in the future, English will be replaced by Mandarin probably, because now if you think about these international universities, now they are offering a lot of international universities are offering Mandarin language degree programs, rather English. So that is just to mention, but mainly still the English is the main communication language, and you should be fluent in English basically. English is a language which is a foreign language. The most important thing is communication. Not, you don't want to become a very fluent one in English. You might be, even I'm also doing a lot of mistakes when I'm speaking, but so it is okay as much as if you can understand what I'm saying. Basically now we are working with different universities in the world, global universities, and we are communicating with them. The most important thing is, if we can communicate properly a message, we can convey a message to them properly in a proper manner. So that is the most important thing. But keep one thing in mind, that is not I'm not telling that you should not learn English well, or else you not excel in English well. That is not my point. You should, but the most important thing is communication. And the team, the next one is teamwork. uh, uh, Sorry, I'm going back to the previous one again. Communication. The next important thing is not only the language. Communication plays a major role in in operations basically. In corporate level operations, communication plays a major role. If you are a person uh, who can communicate well, or else who can coordinate two different parties well. The main option is the communication to dealing with two different parties is the main option is communication. Other than that, nothing. No, there is nothing to deal with them. No, communication is the main important part to deal with two parties. If you can, if you are a good communicator, if you are a person who can convince people to your maybe idea or thought, or else a particular uh, to a buying decision, to a particular direction, so you will be able to climb up the hierarchy, or else ladder, or else to become a popular person uh, uh, immediately than others. That means a good communicator can achieve more than someone who can not communicate well, though the person is good at technical stuff. Can you understand what I'm saying? So communication is really important. And the teamwork, those stuff, right? Teamwork and negotiation and persuasion. As I told you in communication, negotiation and persuasion is another skill you should look into develop. Problem solving, basically from a graduate. Now Sasiru, I'm talking about these points from a point, a person who is graduated, right? Because your question is about a person who selected to a particular higher education program. What are the areas you should focus now? So these are the areas. problem solving skill is one of the most important skill you should develop. You know, I'm not going into detail, though there are ways. Basically, just Google it. There is a scientific way of problem solving. There is a scientific way. Just find out. Just type it and find more information. There is a way, so you can learn it and you can apply it before jump into a problem. In day-to-day life, in your day-to-day life, you will be facing a lot of problems. That is what life is called, problems. It's everywhere. There are a lot of problems, but before you move into the problem, before jump into the problem, before you just take the decision, there is a way which is called a scientific way of problem solving. You can just go to there, and there are a few steps. But I'm just simply explaining what you are doing is, first you should look or else search or else research the similar problems occur in different places. Sometimes you are not the one, you are not the only person who is facing this problem. There might be a lot of people who faced already and found solution for the same problem, but in different context, probably not in your context, probably in different context. Then you can go and research and do a research and find out what they have done, then listed up what they have done, the answers, the question, the solutions you are listing. Then from those solutions you'll be able to find out few solution as the best solutions, right? Then out of the best solution there are some other ways, but simply you can use your intuition. Basically intuition, you feel, to find a best solution out of few answers. So that is better now, rather just taking a decision at glance by looking at the problem. So rather that, if you have few options, you can find out the better option, right? So that is one of the I just briefly explained, but there is a process. Just go through the internet and learn these stuff. And the leadership skills, yes, definitely a highly demanding skill in the industry. Because leaders cannot create it's a born skill. Everyone is having that leadership skill inside you. You should be able to find out your leadership skill, leadership styles. There are leadership styles in the world. There are different types of leaders, different types of leadership styles. I think you people are aware of this stuff, because this Rover thing, you'll be having this knowledge. But just find out more information, then you can find out what you find out your style and who you want to be. Then the perseverance and motivation. Yes, motivation is also another aspect. I'm not going to go into detail. These stuff. These are the skills basically you should develop. These are the 9 ways to develop your leadership skill. I'm not going to discuss this in detail because the time is also passing. So make sure to develop your skills. Basically, I have listed few here. Your skills other than the academic qualification you are acquiring. Sashiru, over to you.
Yeah, as you say, paper qualification is not enough. We know that skills are essential in any field. So you have explained the importance of skill development. And can you explain how to develop our skills?
Right. Now, when we think about as I told you earlier, now paper qualification is not enough. Actually, you should develop skills. Let me ask a question now. Kumar Sangakkara, when we take him as an example, what is his skill? He's a cricketer, right? He's a batsman. He's a leader, but he's a good batsman, right? He is recognized as one of the best batsmen in the world. So cricket, basically cricket. Let's take cricket as his skill. So he was able to earn a lot of money from that skill, right? Even now, still he's earning, right? He become a popular cricketer, and he become popular among on the world. Now he's into advertisement and all, other than playing cricket, right? So still he's earning, right? So that is his skill, right? But he's a lawyer. Do you know that he's a lawyer? He's from Trinity College, and he's well educated. And let's take another example, like Michael Jackson. Everyone knows, right? He invented his own dancing style. What do you call this, break dance or something like that? His own style, right? We used to tell he's he's like Michael Jackson, right? Anna Michael Jackson wage. That is what we used to tell. But we don't tell Michael Jackson මෙයා වගේ නටනවා කියන්නේ නැහැ. Israel like he's like Michael Jackson, right? So with that skill, they were able to develop or else create an identity, right? Identity, their own identity. Just take another example, Shah Rukh Khan. Just from the shadow you can identify, right? Shah Rukh Khan. And just take another example. Have you seen a Coke bottle? What comes to your mind? There is a shape, right? There is a curved shape, a bottle, which is handy, and that unique shape you can find around the world, in any country, wherever you go. When you saw this shape, you will be able to identify this is a Coke bottle, and you know the taste as well, because you have tasted it. You know the taste, you can feel it. So that is called the identity. So you will be able to earn an identity probably only through a skill, right? A skill, a sellable skill. So if you are a cricketer now, if you have that skill, at least by the age of 19, you should be able to enter to the 18, or else at least you should play to a club. If you want to become a cricketer, if you want to develop cricket as a career, right? Let's take another example. If you want to be an athlete, now in Sri Lanka, actually athletics is not a career. Athletes are not encouraged in Sri Lanka as careers, but in overseas there are. You should be able to at least into a pool. Actually, are rather developing that kind of skills, because they are rare. Those skills are rare. If you are a singer, if you're having singing skill, at least you should apply for this star competition, right? Which are organized by these TV channels, and probably you have won. Otherwise, you can survive. Even you have won, you will not be able to survive, because there are a lot of winners. Even we don't know their names, at least. That is the situation in Sri Lanka nowadays. But keep one thing in mind, kids. If you want to climb up the ladder, or else excel the world, you should develop a skill. If you are you're not talented in as I mentioned previously, let's say those crickets, or else another physical talent, you should be able to develop a talent through your education, right? Education will give you an opportunity. Other than those skills, those talents, education will give you an opportunity to develop your own skill, which is globally recognized, which is globally identified, which is globally accepted, unique talent. Now, if can you see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now this one, Jeff Bezos. Do you know this person? Do you know this person, Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
The founder of Amazon, right?
The founder.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon. Actually, Amazon is one of the world largest web e-commerce site, right? So my point is, now there are people, there are a lot of examples you can find in the internet. Says Jeff Bezos doesn't have a degree, and the one who made this Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, doesn't have a degree. Microsoft person, who is this Gates person, Gate one, Bill Gates doesn't have a degree. That is what you heard, no? But have you ever thought about all of them were, university students, right? Jeff Bezos developed Amazon as one of his projects. Mark Zuckerberg developed Facebook as one of his projects. So they have gained the skill. They have developed the skill. Though they didn't complete the degree, they have gained the skill. So that is the point. That is the point. Though they didn't complete the degree, I'm not asking you not to complete the degree, right? So my point is not that you should, excel your education. My point is majority of people are pointing that they don't have a degree, but they don't see that they gain the qualification, they gain the skill through the education. Because Jeff Bezos is not a dancer, like Michael Jackson. Mark Zuckerberg is not a person who is playing cricket or something else, a basketball player. He not played NBA in USA. He not played. So that is the thing I need to point out here, Sasiru. Basically, skills will pay you than anything else. So basically, develop skills. You are not basically in this age, you will not be able to identify, or else you might not be recognize your skill probably, but try to identify it. There are different skills in different personnel. Each one is having a unique skill. Probably you don't know, even I don't know about your skill, but try to understand what you are capable of, what you are good at. That is the most important thing. So probably if you are not good at in physical skills, basically, swimming, singing, writing, or whatever, you can focus into education and find out what you are good at. Don't just select a pathway just because we say, just because your adults say, just because your parents say, just because your elders say. Just find a pathway which which you feel you can, which you interested, you feel interest, you feel passionate. Now, in gathering knowledge, when we think about the knowledge, when we think about the 100% of knowledge, there are 4 ways to gather it. There are 4 ways. The first one is from the born skill. So everyone is having a born skill to learn, right? Particular subjects, basically. If you want to learn engineering, if you want to learn accounting, if you want to learn law, if you want to learn history, whatever, IT, you are having a born skill to learn. Everyone is having that born skill, but you will be able to understand only 25% of the subject. The second one is from the lecturers or the facilitators. From the lecturers, from teachers, from facilitators, from tutors, you will be able to identify, you will be able to learn another 25% from that knowledge, particular knowledge. So if you have the basic skill, if you are utilizing it, so you will be able to learn 25%, and from teachers, from lecturers, from facilitators, you can learn another 25, and from your friends, your peers, basically adults, right? Basically those who are into higher education, you can learn from your friends, you can learn from your subordinates, you can learn from your basically seniors. When you are in a lecture, sometimes your friend can understand than you. There are occasions when we think about particular model, so your friend will be understanding than you, so you can learn from that friend, right? So from 25%, so altogether 75% can be learned. Another 25% can learn with that time, it takes times. You should mature enough to learn those stuff. You should mature enough. There are occasions those who are facing A levels first attempt, and having low result, and then in their second attempt they are achieving high result. Why? Because they are identifying the weaknesses and maturity is there. Time has gone. They can understand the difficult part which they couldn't earlier and gather knowledge. So that is the reason basically. So if you are using these four steps, four opportunities, you will be able to learn basically 100% of a knowledge. So basically what we are doing is, kids, now we are going to tuition classes or lectures, and collecting their notes, writing them, reading them, and writing answers and expecting good result. You are only collecting 25% because you have tried only the lecture notes. If you have do research, homeworks, if you have do self studies, that means you are using your inner skill, your born skill, plus the teacher's not, lecturer's not. That then you will be able to earn. You will be able to achieve 50% of the knowledge. The marks will be 50% basically. And if you utilizing your friends and your subordinates knowledge, then again you will be able to achieve another 25. That is a good result you'll be able to achieve. So that is something else from this. So my point is basically, education is not only the thing, right? But education is the only thing actually. From the education, you will be able to develop a skill which you can sell globally, which you can earn a huge money. So based passion which you are good at. Don't just go behind the tradition, right, Sasiru?
Yeah, I think all are clear. And another thing, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is another way for a successful career. Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's and founder of Walt Disney, both left high school to pursue other interests which become global recognized brands. So they prove us that education is not the only way to find a job in the future. So my next question is, how important is the entrepreneurship? What is the path to become a successful entrepreneur?
Right, Sasiru. Now, entrepreneurship is actually a very large area, which now even there are degree opportunities, uh, you know, basically coming under this entrepreneurship, and there are degree modules also. So entrepreneurship is also something you can learn, and actually entrepreneurship is something you can look into rather finding jobs. Why don't you start your own stuff? Why don't you start your own business? Now, as you asked, I will tell you, I'm not going to discuss this in detail because entrepreneurship is surely a huge area, right? I will show you a few points I have prepared. Now, share you the presentation. As you can see, yes, importance of entrepreneurship, creation of employment. Obviously, it creates employment opportunities. Rather, other than you can create opportunities for others. Impact on society and community development. Though in Sri Lankan context, actually it is being recognized. Entrepreneurs are also being recognized. But if you think about the overseas, if you are an entrepreneur, so that tagline will give you a huge value. There are universities, those who are giving opportunities to study their master programs. If you don't have any paper qualification, that doesn't matter. As if you are an entrepreneur. If you can prove that if you are an entrepreneur, how to prove? Basically from the BR, business registration. You should have to have business registration. If you can prove that from that document you are a business owner, so there are universities in the world are giving opportunities to learn higher education. So that is how the global is recognizing entrepreneurs. Though there is a different context in Sri Lanka, but now currently with the rapid development of this technology, the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs are being recognized in Sri Lanka, because now to become an entrepreneur in the field of IT is easier than other fields, because the investment is very low. Now there are 7 steps. I'm not going to detail because it's as I told you, it's a huge area. Now, if you want to become an entrepreneur, find the right business for you. Determine if you should get an education. You should know that you should have some knowledge regarding the particular subject. Then plan your business. Yeah, we know this can be identified as the business plan. Creating a business plan. Basically, under management subjects, this stuff will be taught. Find your target group audience, because you should know to whom you are going to talk, to whom you are going to produce or market your product, and the network, sell your idea and market. These 7 steps are the steps to become an entrepreneur you should focus about. I'm not going to detail, but there are some other stuff you should focus as well, other than these 7, which is the capital investment, the money, the cost of becoming an entrepreneur, the cost of starting a business, basically. Now, when we think about physically operated business, you should have to have a building and the infrastructure facilities, those stuff has been, you have to have some investment. But when we think about the technology and online, there is another emerging term, which is online entrepreneurs. Have you heard? It's been through this Facebook stuff. There are pages, there are a lot of stuff. To become an online entrepreneur, or else to become an IT based entrepreneur, what you should have to have is, now what Mark Zuckerberg had was, what they had was, he had was the knowledge. He had the knowledge. He had computer. He had a computer and the access to the technology, the internet stuff and those stuff. Only 3 things: the knowledge, required knowledge, computer, and the access to technology. That's it. Very, very small investment. Probably you all are having right now those 3 you all are having. So why don't you focus to become an entrepreneur then? Come up with a innovative idea. Try to fine tune it. So I remember I met one of my students who studied in undergraduate programs in my institution, ESOFT. So he just created what we call this animated video and uploaded to his YouTube channel, and he got within a month he got 2 million views from US United States region, and suddenly he now he's earning from YouTube. I don't know how he do that, but what he had was this video editing skill. He's a student, undergraduate student. He had creative ideas. He created few animated videos. He came and showed me. Then actually I was surprised. Within a month he achieved 2 million views. So it's unexpected thing. He had that skill inside. Now he found it. Now he's utilizing it. It's like that. Another person, I cannot tell their names because it's like a marketing campaign. Then another guy who is running a online shopping site. It's a website, yeah, e-commerce website. He's using basically social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the social media is in using, and he's selling cosmetics and those stuff. He's having a site, and now he's driving a SUV. SUV Jeep. Even I was able to drive SUV in my after completing a degree few years. He is still studying, and now he is driving SUV while studying and while becoming an entrepreneur. So that is the opportunity you all are having. Still, he's selling this stuff in northwestern region, right? Basically, Kurunegala and Putlam region, not into Sri Lanka, not into the entire country. So there are a lot of opportunities. What you should is you should look at, basically you should find out these opportunities rather going. I'm telling this again and again. Rather going behind the traditional fields, right? So entrepreneurship is another opportunity, as I told you.
Well, let's move to the other question. ESOFT is one of the main institutes where students can follow a vast range of courses. So what are the career opportunities one can open up by following courses offered by ESOFT?
Yes, Asiru. Actually, I should give that knowledge as well, since I'm representing the ESOFT. So I just prepared a few slides. Actually, ESOFT is a very large institution actually, which is covered by the entire Sri Lanka. There are 40 branches island-wide. In every district, we have a branch. But those all branches are not offering degrees. Just they are offering, majority of them are offering diploma level programs. The degrees and masters are offered by metro campuses. Actually, there are few campuses, 5-6 campuses around the country, and they are offering actually degree programs, basically with collaboration with London Metropolitan University and the Kingston University, UK. So that is in nutshell. And our head office is located in Bambalapitiya. And as you all know, the founder is Dr. Dan Rajapaksha. I should proudly mention his name. He's one of the Devans. He's from Malideva 91 group. So he's a founder. He just found this institution as a computer training institute, and then later on he was able to convert this institution into a non-state awarding body. Now we are having that gazetted document. Now we are listed under non-state awarding bodies under UGC criteria. So our name is displayed on these UGC site as well, if you go there and search. And ESOFT can offer ESOFT own degrees. We have our own degrees. We are offering our own degrees. So you also can apply, especially this government loan. Students are following those degrees. Government is offering loans to follow ESOFT degree. Actually, now we have 2-3 intakes, and we have already, the next intake is will be next year. So that is the basic idea. And now ESOFT is operating in overseas as well. The only Sri Lankan company, the only Sri Lankan education institute which is offered a qualification outside the Sri Lanka, because majority of institutions are outside from Sri Lanka to come inside and offering qualification. We are from Sri Lankan. We are a pure Sri Lankan company, and now we are offering qualifications to globally. And with this COVID pandemic thing, we converted ESOFT into a digital campus. Now we are a fully automated digital campus. A student can fully learn online via the recorded video sessions and online tutorials and all the practice. Everything will be online. Fully digital campus has been launched, and students are given what we call these mobile apps. If you don't have because nowadays everyone is having a smartphone, though they don't have a laptop or tablet. If you have a mobile phone, if you have a smartphone, yes, you will be able to access to our the main servers. ELMs, we call it ELMs, ESOFT Learning Management System. You will be able to gain the access, and you can learn from anywhere by staying anywhere in the country at any time. Peak off peak, that doesn't matter now, right? I will show you few stuff here. Now this can you see the presentation again? Now this is the head office. It is located in Bambalapitiya, a 10-story building. And this is the Dr. Dan Rajapaksha. I think you know him. He's from Malideva Boys College. He's from Naramala. His hometown is Naramala. He studied at Malideva College. He invented my ESOFT Metro Campus first, and now under ESOFT there are 6 companies. Now ESOFT is a group of company. Education, other than the education, he's into some other industries as well. Basically, ESOFT Metro Campus, I'm talking about ESOFT Metro Campus, consists of School of Computing, School of Business, School of Engineering and Technology, School of Tourism and Hospitality Management, and Language Academy. Now, the School of Computing might not be familiar to you, because most of you have heard Faculty of Computing, Faculty of Engineering, the same thing. Faculty term is used by Sri Lankan context. In the international context, we use a school of business. If you are applying for international university, there are no faculties. There are schools, School of Business, School of Engineering, School of Medicine, School of Hotel and Tourism. It's like that. It's actually same thing. The name is different, right? And ESOFT is a non-state delivery body, as I told you, and we are partnered with different institutions. We are provide the best education environment where with well qualified lecturers, state of art, technology, tested proven educational practices. We provide career guidance, support to assist and select higher educational pathways. We produce the batch stocks and prize winners continuously out from use since inception. We are powered by most prestigious entities like BCS is British Computer Society, the chartered institution for IT. Now you all know IESL, right? Engineering Institution Sri Lanka. That is the chartered institution in Sri Lanka for engineers. Now for doctors, what do you call this? Medical Council, right? Vaidya Sabha again. That is the chartered institution. So to practice a professional, to become a professional, to practice your profession, you should be a chartered person. In that case, IT is given the charter from BCS. So we are partnered with BCS. And the University of Toronto and Columbia University are offering external degrees with partners by partnering with us, and basically under Metropolitan University and the Kingston University from UK, both are from UK, offering degrees with us. So I'm not going to discuss this in detail. Actually, availability, accreditation, this is how we differ from other institutions. Availability, yes, yeah, island-wide available. Accreditation, I'll show you in my later slides. We were accredited from different institutions in Sri Lankan context. We are accredited from the UGC and MBQ from the TVEC, Tertiary and Vocational Education qualification frameworks in Sri Lanka, and in the international context from international universities, and from Pearson, which is the largest awarding body, and from BCS, which is the chartered institute from UK. So those accreditations are there. In the experience, we are offering qualifications in this field, in the education field now for 20 years. We were established in 2000, and this is 2021. That means 21 years now from the starting point. Affordability, yes. ESOFT is offering degrees in affordable price comparatively. If you look into other options available in Sri Lanka, you will be able to match the price. The same qualification will be offered in different places at a higher rate, and we are offering very reasonable price because we are having large numbers of students and the availability, island-wide availability. Because of that reason, our cost is lower than others. And the time, as I told you, practicality and relevance, yes, our qualification has been identified as different industries as their major qualifications, especially now the diploma programs is having accreditation from the industry bureau. Now they are accredited our diploma as one of the qualification for getting a basic job. And when you talk about the HND offered by Pearson, both the HND is both academic and vocational qualification itself. So it is having a very good academic knowledge, as well as it includes both academic and practical knowledge, which is having a huge demand in the industry. And the method that suits your life. We use different methods. As I told you, I have explained 4 types which you should use to learn knowledge. So we are practicing these stuff actually. So I didn't tell you in that when I'm explaining it. We called it the learner-centered learning environment. In the world, there are 2 types of learning environments. The first one is the teacher-centered learning environment. Second one is learner-centered learning environment. Teacher-centered learning environment, basically teacher is like the god. He knows everything. He used to teach his knowledge. Learner-centered environment is we are facilitating the learner to learn himself. When it comes to degrees and higher education, that is the method we use. That is the method we practice. These are the national awards. We have won many national awards from BCS and Pearson. We are the gold. Now we are the platinum partner. Previously we were the gold partner, and now we are the platinum partner for Pearson. And image of diploma convocation. These are the options. Now from O level you can start a Pearson Assured diploma. Then you can climb the ladder to a HND. Even from A levels you can directly join to HND. And after completing 2 years of HND, you can climb to the degree. So which is another 1 year to complete, altogether 3 years. After that, masters, then PhD. You can complete a PhD at ESOFT in Sri Lanka now. International PhDs are offered. So basically, these are the diplomas, which are having a huge demand. Diploma in IT, diploma in English and management. So that would be enough, I guess. If you have questions, you may ask. Otherwise, is that enough, Sasiru? I guess I have given enough information regarding ESOFT and the question you asked, I guess.
Thank you, sir. Your facts were very informative and brought us new insights. And I think we will find Rovers who are successful in their careers and successful entrepreneurs in the future by attending this program. Dear participants, please fill the Google form to ensure your participation in order to be eligible for the e-certificate. And we will go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions in the slide option available. Over to you, Devendra.
Thank you, Sasiru. Before moving on to the Q&A session, just a little reminder. If you have any questions, post them in the Slido link we have provided in the chat box. Okay, let's start the Q&A session. Sir, the first question is, what are the best part-time courses in IT field and undergraduate in a state university can follow?
Tamita, Devumita?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat it, please?
What are the best part-time courses in IT field and undergraduate in a state university can follow?
Right. Part-time qualifications. Now, as I explained you earlier, now if you are a IT undergraduate, there are a lot of other options available in the under these professional qualifications. Now, since you are acquiring a academic qualification, there are a lot of professional qualifications you can follow. Especially in the network field, there are qualifications called CCNA, network professional qualifications, and MCTS qualifications are there, and cybersecurity license are there. Basically, once you are completing a degree, you can earn these qualifications and acquire those licenses. Basically, these licenses are having a huge demand in the industry. And other than that, basically you can shift your career. Basically now industry is looking for multidisciplinary graduates, basically those who are having different skills rather than having rather than specialize in one stream. If you can gather knowledge from different streams, you will be having a huge demand in the industry. Now, I will get myself as an example. As I told you, I learned electronics, computer science as my bachelor's, and it was leading to a telecommunication field. And I studied masters in management, MBA, as my master degree. So I'm having four different, I'm specialized 4 different fields. So just like that, now basically students are looking into different other options to develop their skills in different fields. Like, I'm not promoting, but you can do SIMA, those stuff as well. Management qualifications.
Okay. So the next question is how to score higher marks in a job interview.
Higher marks in a job interview. Basically, first thing is you should find out the best academic qualification, as I told you earlier, according to that qualification framework. So that will give you a very good mark when the CV is shortlisted. Then there are 2 types of interviews. One is for to recruit technical staff. The other one is for to recruit admin, the executive staff, the managers, and all. So that is different. The very first one you are facing is basically technical interview. Basically, you should be able to have the technical knowledge you are learning. That will be tested through a technical test or else a written paper.
We are having some technical issues. Please be patient and wait.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm really sorry again. Our problem is there since I'm talking to you from my home. So I was talking about the interviews. Now for the technical stuff will be tested basically through a practical test or a paper test, or will be something like that. Will be a structured interview. Structured questions are there, but keep one thing in mind: if you are a graduate, industry is looking for a different attitudes from you, not just the qualification. Those attitudes will be tested, checked in the interview. Attitudes comes from different the main how can I explain now? Attitude is a really important thing when you are working with a community, working with people. Basically, your genes, your associations, your education, your living area will be affected to your attitudes. Basically, you can't change your the genes, you can change your the associations, you can change your living area, your family. You can't change those facts. Those facts are affecting to your attitudes. But education can be changed. Through the education, you can change your attitudes. The way you think, the way you value things can be changed. So those stuffs will be checked in the interview. So you need to focus those stuff as well. Basically, the good qualities. You should develop your good qualities and you should be able to demonstrate it in front of the panel, other than just showing your skills, your technical skills. So those stuff will be basically looked at when the interviewing process are there. Another thing, even I'm doing that nowadays. Before shortlisting a candidate, right? Once you applied for position, before shortlisting, companies used to check. One thing is LinkedIn. The other one is Facebook. Now just type your name on the Facebook and check your basically the way you behave in the media. Your attitudes can be easily tracked through the social media. What you have shared, your political views, your the ethnicity thing, the way you treat to the different ethnic groups. So those stuff can be identified. So be careful when you're social media. That is really important. Right. Anything else?
Okay, sir. The next question is, what extracurricular activities in school, university will be useful if we consider about the future job market?
Devamita, now extracurricular thing, I cannot exactly tell you this is the most important thing, but extracurricular activities are really important. Really important. It will give you different, as I told you earlier, it will develop your skills basically, attitudes and skills. It will develop. So because of that reason, I cannot directly tell you this is good, but doing or else engaging with extracurricular stuff is really important, because this is the period, schooling time is the period, the area which you are having enough time to engage with your stuff and develop your skills. After schooling, you will not be able to allocate your time to those areas. So it's better, and it is really, I'm really agree if you all can engage yourself with the extracurricular activities while you are doing your academics, not just stick to academics. I really appreciate if you all can join with extracurricular activities.
Okay, sir. The final question is, are there any career guidance services?
You mean at ESOFT?
Yes. In general, I think career guidance services.
In general, actually, it's like this, right? I know probably most of the schools are having career guidance advisor. I don't know whether it is practically happening or not, but I know there are schools, those who are having career guidance units and advisors. Yes, you can access to them. In universities, in state universities and the private universities like us, yes, we are having a career guidance department, separate department, which students can go and talk to the advisors. So they will help you to find out better options, find out better opportunities, and find out for you which suits you. So in general, that's my answer. But in ESOFT, yes, we have a separate department. We have separate advisors, senior lecturers, those who are excellent in different fields are being attached. So students were given an opportunity to talk to them, and they will guide you. They will help you to find out better opportunities, sometimes better job placements, better degree options, better academic options. It's like that. They are helping in different numerous ways.
Okay, sir. So that's the end of the Q&A session, and thank you, sir, for answering the questions. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Devamita. Seems like that is the end of the Q&A session. Now I invite Jayani to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sasiru. Good evening, everyone. I consider it my great pleasure and honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of you. First of all, I like to pay my sincere gratitude to today's speaker, Mr. Schitra Wanninayake, Assistant General Manager, ESOFT Metro Campus, Kurunegala. Then I'd specially thank Mr. Srila De Silva, Assistant Chief Commissioner, Rover and IT of Sri Lanka Scout Association, as well as Dr. Asanka Ariava, National Headquarters Commissioner, who was the founder Rover Scout Master of Ethugalpura Pioneers District Rover Crew, for the immense guidance and inspiration you provided for us to make this webinar a success. I like to extend my thanks to the District Commissioner of Kurunegala District Scout Association, Mr. U.B. Disanayaka, and Assistant District Commissioner, Rovers, Mr. Kulatilaka Vijayasundar, for their well wishes. I convey my heartiest gratitude to our beloved Rover Scout Master of Ethugalpura Pioneers District Rover Crew, Mr. Chanaka Ahalegolla, as well as Rover Scout Mistress of Ethugalpura Pioneers Girls District Rover Crew, Mrs. E.W. Arimala, for your guidance and support provided for us in organizing this webinar. It's a great fault of me if I forget to thank my dear fellow Rover Scouts of Ethugalpura Pioneers District Rover Crew who were behind the scenes. Without your courage and dedication, there won't be any successful webinar like this. Last but not least, I like to thank all of the participants who joined with us to make this webinar a success. I hope that in today's session, you were able to gain a better understanding on how to determine your career path and how to make your career path a success, and hope you all will be with us for the rest of the webinars with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jani. And thank you everyone for attending this webinar. And we were so delighted by the attendance we had. And I would like to request you all to switch on cameras to take a photograph. Thank you very much. We look forward for your participation in tomorrow's webinar as well. And like Ethugalpura Pioneers District Rover Crew official Facebook page for future information. It's time to wind up our session. Thank you. Hope you all stay safe and good night.